Hi fellas, welcome back. Me with Grant. First time you've had all the cars together, mate?
First time that all the collection's been together.
Pretty special collection as well. We're going to go around, but just a quick look at each car and find a bit out about them. Start with this one, Grant.
Yeah, Nissan Skyline R35. Probably the roughest one you'll ever see, if I'm honest.
You were saying it's for sale as well at the minute, aren't you?
Aye, 25 grand, I'll take it away. But it does need work. It's
it's not too bad.
No, I mean...
It's just like, to me, the carbon fibre stuff's a bit...
It's the bodywork. If you're buying a GTI, you buy it because it looks great and then it's the drive. And it doesn't look great, this one, so...
This is big power though, isn't it?
Yeah, 950 low boost and about 1100 high boost, switchable. Yeah, built by JM Imports.
Oh, right.
It's an absolute beast of a car, man. The spec list is longer than I'll ever remember for it.
JM's just local to me, it's just round the corner.
Is he?
Aye.
Is he around Ive?
Not far as well.
Aye, well Jürgen built this, top to toe, but I said all the fancy carbon putting in the steering, obviously custom steering wheel, flappy paddles, and it's...
I like these cars, but they're funny looking.
Aye, do you know what? It's just a big Datsun, isn't it? It's
aye.
Just a big. I'm not sold in it at all, and that's why it's not staying.
It's not staying?
Nah.
You got the money spent if you sell it?
Aye.
Have you?
Aye. It's got to have a wheel tail in the back of it. And I've already got the Escort, so now I've got a mate who's got a 3-door that's really nice. It's the right money.
3-door Cosworth? Yeah,
it's not an RS500, but if that sells, that would replace it.
Aye. What colour is it?
White.
Nice.
White. Obviously, you know you like your white ones.
Aye, I've got one. Aye.
A bit partial to it, sorry. But yeah, I mean, it's
cool. Cool car.
Rough as toast. Drives like an absolute animal. I mean, it's just foot down sideways.
Really?
It does not drive like a GTR should. So this is a project for anyone that buys it. But if it's someone knew what they were doing with it, this car would be phenomenal.
Not an animal.
Nah, I just no love for it. This one here's the boring one.
Let's check in for you, mate.
Anyways. Musical interlude.
Was it diesel?
Aye. There's only diesel in the fleet.
I never thought I'd have a Mondeo diesel on my channel.
Ta-da! But it's a titanium export, this one. I bought this for basically doing my surveys in.
That your work car?
I'm a joiner, so I need to go about obviously surveying bathrooms, double glazing and stuff like that. So I wanted something that was comfy and afford. So I bought this. So it'll probably be locked.
I like the wheels on it, mind.
Yeah, it says XXRs. I'd actually bought them for an ST, and then I thought they'll actually fit them in deal. But I chucked them on, but to be honest with you, so when you're pulling up in folks' houses to surveying, you look like a chav. So I'll probably put the standard wheels back on it.
That makes sense.
It came with the diamond cut 19s, but I thought, Adam's coming up and visiting, I'm going to chuck on the big wheels. But aye, I mean, it's mapped and whatnot, DPF delete on it. But
2-wheel drive?
Yeah.
We'll have a look at the ST. I'll move the camera down, Grant, again.
This one here is my ST180. It is full stage 3 pack on this one. It'll be running about 305 brake, I think it is.
Is it?
Don't quote me on it. I've not had it in the roller since I built it, right enough. You want me to grab the keys so you can actually see them?
Go on, get the keys. We'll have a look inside.
But yeah.
Do you drive this much then?
Yeah, this is the second daily, if you like.
The second daily?
Yeah, I mean, it's an all-round great car. You can see why folk buy these.
Can you? I've never drove one, I'll be honest, I've never drove one.
I can have a shot of this one, no worries.
I like the wheels on it, mind.
Compomotive MO5. So
nice.
I've actually got another set in the back of the Mondeo in grey. But yeah, I really liked them. I had a red one, and I never really liked it that much. I always wanted a white one, and then this one came up, and I thought, right, I'll trade it in. Went and got it, and then put all the kit in it, the full Maxton design kit on it, right the way around about it. BC coilovers on it, Airtech Stage 3 intercooler along with their induction kit, and it's Matt Bandy ARC performance as well. So it should be running about 300, 305. But it's not been on the rollers yet, but it's got all the bits and bobs to do that. Quite a wee car.
Private plate as well?
Yeah, I've got private plates in all the cars.
Have you?
Even that one, so it should say G Butler. But it says obviously my nickname. Nobody really calls me Grant. And that one, I changed my name to SE08. So.
We'll have a look at this, because this has gone to 2 become 1, this one,
you're probably better getting over the 2 of them.
This is the latest car you've bought?
Yeah, this is the latest one to buy that's going to get stripped to the 9s. It's actually minted.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 310 brake with printout on this one. Full ST3 pack on it. It's only done something like 80,000 miles on the clock, but the plan is to, if you see these 2 cars on your camera, there's the donor car to go in this.
So you're going to put a 5-pot?
Everything, that whole car.
CVH?
Yeah. I'm literally going to swap shells, and then I'm going to cut that car right up the middle and bolt it to my wall inside the...
Are you really?
Yeah. Might as well make use of the shell. So...
Well, this is kind of cool inside, like.
Yeah, I've had it all flocked inside in the pool ball for the gear knob. Just try...
Something a bit different.
Yeah, but the dashes are really bad for cracking on them, and you can see it started... I've had it repaired, but it's starting to do it again, but It's just a nicer feel because you know it's like the plastic old Escorts. It's just really cheap and nasty. But it is an RS turbo engine that's in it as well.
Originally, this were you saying it was an XR3i?
XR3i as a 1982 it'll be. So
did you buy it this colour?
Yeah, I got this colour. That's the only reason why I bought it. I'd been chasing this car for years to get it. Oh, honestly, and it just never came up for sale. And the lassie who had it messaged me when I was on my honeymoon, and she says, "Listen, I'm just going to sell the car. Are you interested?" I was like, "Well, how much you want for it?" And she told me, I'm not going to say how much I paid for it because our ex will go bananas at how much I actually paid it. But I bought the car straight off her, and it was back home before I was for the holiday.
Was it?
Yeah, I was on my honeymoon. I said to Susie, can I buy a car? She's like, "Aye, on you go." Doesn't care. Is that
your lass? Your wife?
Yeah, my wife. And then come back and it was sitting, and she loves it. She's into the cars as well. Pretends she's not, but she's right into them. So.
Do you use this much then?
Now and again, only in the good weather. It's like it's an old RS turbo. They're not built for every day, but it's heating up in the morning. The cold start's really the typical cold start. You have to sit and rev it till it gets up to temperature, and then you're out for the day. But yeah, I mean, it still goes really well. It's about 200 brake. It's fully forged engine in this one already. Yeah, fully forged with a T3 turbo on it. But it's.
What are you going to do with the engine? Just sell it on?
Nah, my friend's, he's getting an Orion. He's just converted a big Orion, so he's going to take the engine and put it into his Orion. So it's already sold.
Cool. Shall we have a look at the...
Yeah, Mark 1.
These are starting to grow on us now.
Oh, aye. This one I actually got, it was my friend's car. And I was looking after it for him, if I'm honest, and I fell in love with it.
Did you?
Just like, I didn't want to let it go. And we came to a good deal on it and I bought it.
How long have you had this?
About 3 months.
Oh, is that all? Just 3 months?
3 months. It's kind of new to the collection than that is actually. But this is the one that's staying in the collection. But it's 350 brake as well.
Is it?
Yeah, sabre tuned with a tubular manifold on it. Obviously uprated intercooler in the front to the charge cooler. So it goes like stink.
I bet it does.
Yeah, a really good car, and everything's been fully restored. The original owner that had it, Feeding D, he got everything restored. So everything's underside's been welded. It's a new sills, been fully painted. The interior's been retrimmed completely as well. So it's
they normally go on the sills, don't they?
Yeah, they're really bad for it. That's the worst thing about them. You know, any RS you'll see, if it's not been kept in a bubble, the sills are clean out them constantly. And this one's no different. It's weird because some people do the repairs to them and they're bad. You know, welded together with Play-Doh. But yeah,
nice car.
Yeah,
I'm really starting to like these.
Honestly, I had one years ago and another car I wish I hadn't sold. And when this one came back up, it just felt like home again. I thought, do you know what? Yeah,
jump on it.
Yeah, pretty much. It's not going anywhere. So, yeah, another one I had to find space for.
We'll have a look at this. What is it? A GLS?
It's a GLS 4x4. GLS
4x4, is it?
Yeah. This is probably the rarest one at the collection. There's only 12 of these left in the UK, and as far as I know, there's only like 6 on the road in white, from what I can gather. But this thing's complete barn find. I mean, a genuine barn find because I dragged it out. It was sitting off road since 2004. I think you'll see the last time it was taxed before I had it, and there was an old guy that had it, and just he sat in his garage, couldn't drive because he'd had a stroke, and I literally found the car, and it was, as you can see, it's just completely original inside.
Totally original.
Yeah. I mean, I got it, we had to service everything, we had to put new discs, pads, calipers, brake lines, you know, the general safety stuff done in it. Obviously, new fuel pump in the back to get it running properly, service everything, but I've not touched anything on it. Like, it's not a showpiece, it's just all original, so everything's still patinaed.
What are you going to do with it? You got any plans for it?
Well, it's a sentimental car, this one, to me.
Right.
When I was young, my dad had a GLS, and that's where we used to go our holidays in this.
Family holidays?
Yeah. So the car that got me into Fords was this. It was a GLS. And I remember sitting in the runway when I was a kid, in my dad's car, pretending to drive it. I'm going to run my system. And honestly, and it was just, whenever we went everywhere, it was in this GLS, and I was hunting for this for ages. And when it came up, it was just pure chance. I mean, it couldn't have been any better chance. And that's why I ended up buying it. And I got it cheap because the guy didn't want to sell it unless I was like a collector, and obviously once I showed him what
you've got,
he's like, well, you're the guy that can have it. So, but it's honest. It's not been fettled with. It's not got, you know, the hundreds of bits and bobs changing. It is generally just
what miles on it?
21,000 on it. Yeah. So, but it's been sitting most of its life in a Lincoln, a timber garage under a cover. So
cool thing, man.
Yeah, I love it. Honestly, it's great. It's just a big cruiser.
Should you have a look at the Sapphire?
Yeah.
What's this, 4-wheel drive Sapphire Cosworth?
4x4. This was a present from my wife.
Shut up, man.
My wife bought me this for my 40th birthday. I'd looked in and hummed.
Does she want a new boyfriend? Because she's buying toys, presents like this,
a lot of folk ask me for my wife more than my cars, I've got to admit. And no, I'd give up my cars for her. No, I'd looked for one for ages, and this one kept on coming up, and it was decent money. It was honest. It wasn't, trying to be something it wasn't. And I hummed and I hawed, and then I literally came back home from work one day and it was
sitting there.
I'm like, cheers.
Shut up,
man. So, hi.
How long have you had this?
About 3, it was an early 40th present, so I've had it 2 years now.
2 years?
2 years, yeah. It was a...
Can I have a look under the bonnet?
Yeah.
Is it like got a stage 1 or something on it? Or stage
yeah, it's a full stainless back. It's got the RS500 intercooler on it. It's got obviously the induction kit, but it's running standard power. There's no map on it, and obviously running just the standard injectors and stuff like that, standard turbo.
That's a good idea. I've never seen that mine for the piston number.
So
1, 2, 3, 4.
So I learned that off my papa, who's an engineer with tractors.
It's a good idea.
You can put a pen mark on it and you lose it, but you never lose a Lincoln. So,
mine's got little tags on it off the original CM1, 2, 3, 4, but that's a good idea, that.
There you go, it's an old Massey Ferguson track. But so this is...
Any plans for this then?
Yeah, I'm going to fully restore it. There's nothing wrong with the car, right? But if a purist was looking about it, they'd be like, oh, there's a wee bit of overspray here. And you know what it's like, but I want to have it perfect because I can't get rid of this car because it's a present for my wife. So the other cars will go before this one, so...
It's usable like this, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it. And see, because it's not full power, I can, we can go out driving it and I'll show you. It's just nice. The only thing is, I put the BC coilovers in this one as well, and it's like...
Rock hard.
Oh, aye. I need to set them properly, but it's literally every bump you think your spine's going through your head.
It's like my Subaru, that with the cheap Chinese coilovers, rock hard.
Aye, well, I mean, it's...
Cool car.
Aye, you can't beat a white Saf.
I like white Safs, like. But I'll have to put ambers in.
Nah. You can't.
No.
Yeah, it's a 90 spec car. It doesn't. See, I'll have arguments with people with this because see, if you look at the back of this one's obviously got the black panel. If you've got the black panel, you shouldn't have ambers.
I know, that does make sense, that man.
So, I'll sit and argue this all day long because you see people doing it and, you should have the ambers and that. No, I shouldn't. I know. Because it goes by the dash. The dash has got the insert, obviously.
Oh, it's a newer style dash, isn't it?
So if it's a new style dash, it should have clear fronts. So, because I changed the GLS, believe it or not, when I had it. It came with the clears in the front and the clears on the sides. And I got it and I'm like, that's no right.
That's wrong.
And I've changed it to that because that's the way that one should be. Because if you look at it, obviously it's got the old style dash. The square with the square binnacle. So this one's as it should be and this one's as it should be. So
cool.
I'll fight to the death.
No, it does make sense what you're saying. I like white two-wheel drive Safts with the
two-wheel drive ones look great, especially if they've not got the black panel in the back, and it's just the lights. But if you've got the black panel, see if I see some ambers in them.
It does make sense what you're saying.
I will
take back what I said. Can I have a look at your Escort?
Of course. This one here I've had just over a year.
It's fairly new then?
Yeah. I mean, I got it and it was an absolute wreck.
Was it?
This is probably the worst Cosy you would ever be able to buy.
Really?
It was rotten. I mean, rotten under the floors, sills. I've had to put new outers, inners, and the middle sills on it. I've had everything underside's been totally restored. My mate John Balfour, who's up in Forfar, he stripped it down to a bare shell and built it from the ground back up again. So we've fully forged the engine, T34 bigger turbo on it as well. Obviously, when we opened up the engine, it was knocking a bit. And when we checked it, someone stupidly, we know who it was, but we're not going to say it. It put Chinese rods and pistons in it.
What, like max speed in this one?
Oh, shite.
Really?
I mean, honestly, chinky chonk, pistons in this, and I'm like, oh man.
On the Escort Cosy?
I swear blind dead, and I was like, the standard ones are good for 500-600 brake in this. So I was like, right, well, no point in putting the standard ones back in, we'll just put a set of forged ones in it. So I think he kept the Chinese rods just for chucking about with the dog to chase. But it was totally and utterly rotten. Everything was broken inside the car. And this whole bumper, I had to get painted and stuff. I mean, it was just rough. It didn't come with the Morettes. I put them on it. It was just the standard headlights. I've still got them anyway. Did
it come with the wheels on?
No, it came standard with the standard...
standard 5 spokes?
Yeah, with like dead tyres on it, and honestly, this thing was a wreck. Discs, pads, calipers were seized. The interior was just tired and worn and stuff. But
so you've done it all in the year as well, though?
Aye, through lockdown as well.
Oh, right, kept you busy.
Yeah, well, to be fair, John did the work for obviously the mechanical side of things, and then when as soon as I got it back, my friend Anthony at Interior Mods, he's retrimmed the whole car in leather, like everything in there's.
I just seen on your Instagram you had it already done inside.
Yep. Aye. The purists will absolutely hate me because it is a Lux pack, so originally it was leather, but I wanted to make it kind of refresh it a wee bit, so I clad everything in leather, the dashboard, and I put the hex into the seats, so that, you know, obviously the like the velour ones, the material ones, I've got the hex. I thought, well, let's put it in the leather, and just to bring it up to date a wee bit.
Yeah, do you want me to have a look?
Of course it is, aye. But yeah, it's got the plasma dials in it as well. They're all changed. So
what's the plasma dials?
They just they'll go like a...
Oh, there.
Yeah. They'll just go like a blue.
Oh, nice.
They blind you at night, but you know.
Do they?
Aye. But 2 toggle switches. It's got a Vipec ECU on it as well. So the top one's anti-lag and launch control. Bottom one's high and low boost setting.
Right.
So
what power is it?
350 on the nose.
350.
I've had it in Andy Gallagher's on the rollers, and we should get more power with, you know, obviously the Civic on Civic coils and stuff like that. But maybe change it to the Simtech ECU. It seems to be the better way to go. At least Andy's round the corner and can tune it. So,
cool.
As you'll know if you drop your car, if it has a
I know. I keep I want to go and see him. Like,
he knows his stuff. That's the thing. His bread and butter's the causes. So
cool. Do you have a look at your Focus?
Of course.
So what we got here then, Grant?
We have my Ford Focus RS Mark II, the second one. This one was originally bought, just obviously tuned the purple one to the moon. It just didn't become a good daily driver, and these cars are brilliant. I mean, bang for your buck. I don't think there's a better car out there. So rather than getting an ST, I got another RS.
What colour is this originally?
Originally it was Ultimate Green. Ultimate Green, and then when I first got it, I wrapped it like a matte grey. Originally didn't have the wide arches or stuff on it. I've had this one for probably about 5 years now. I've had this one, and it's been to knock hills. This one's had a hard life. I mean, this is
gets used.
Yeah. This isn't one you'd ever go and want to spend silly money on. I mean, this car nearly killed me about 2 years ago. I was putting out. You've probably seen it on the internet. I had it on my race truck, and the tone eye snapped, and it came back off the truck. And I tried to jump in the window to stop the car, and the door opened, and I went underneath the car, and it
shut up, man.
Yeah, I shattered my leg, and then dragged me down the street.
Is it on video?
Yeah, it was. I went all over Facebook because it was on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that. And all the recovery boys that do it, you know, bear in mind, I'm not a recovery guy.
Aye.
And we were turning, he'd get fired. I'm like, mate, I made a mistake.
Aye.
You know, my toe eye snapped and I crashed my car. What do you want to do? So I was like 6 months before I could walk again.
Was it really?
Yeah,
How long ago was that?
About 2 years. About 2 years. July 2 years ago now it'd be. That was a hell of a state. So in that time I've rebuilt this. This was featured in front cover of Fast Car magazine, December 2020.
I like it inside.
Yeah, I just changed it up a good bit because the standard RSs are really pretty good, but I wanted a kind of more race spec. Well, everybody's seen the video of the car hitting me. I thought I want to change it completely different to what it looks like, and everybody's called me a one-trick pony for, he just modifies a car in purple and blah blah blah. And I was like, I'm going to build something out of my comfort zone, and this is what I kind of came up with.
You don't see many with the arches in that, man.
No, it takes a set of balls to take a grinder to you, because you need to cut the arches clean off it to get the clearance for the wheels front and back. So you can imagine, obviously a back quarter on these, you know, you're probably talking about £800. Front wings are, you know, they're up at £500 just now. So bugger it.
I seen a picture on your Instagram where you were holding some bits of metal where you cut off the arches. There was like some good chunks there as well, weren't there?
You have to. I mean, this thing goes round about Knock Hill. I mean, this gets a hard life.
Does it?
I've had all 4 wheels off the deck, so if you're landing, so if you're landing, you don't want it to come up, and you can see where I've just literally just hit the kit and
just
a wee crack in it.
Caught it.
This isn't a show pony. This is a car that's
gets used.
Yeah.
That's clean though.
Yeah. I look after my cars. Like anyone knows me. Like even if it was the daily, it gets fixed. So if you were to buy a car off me anyway, it would be mint. Wouldn't it?
Well looked after.
Yeah.
Should we have a look at the beast in the garage?
Yeah. This is the one everybody wants to know about all the time.
Do they?
Yeah. Oh god. I mean, this is the one. It's the Marmite car. You know, folk will either love it or hate it. You know, they'll hate the fact I've painted an RS purple, they'll love the fact I've gone big power, they'll hate the fact that it actually puts the power down when they think it won't, and you're like...
We've just been out in this car. I've done a video on it, I'll leave a link if I put it up by the time this comes out, I'll leave a link in the comments. But what a machine, 1010 brake horsepower?
1010, officially 1056, but when it first, it's 1010 with 10%, so your video will explain that to the people that was watching. But at the moment it is still the most powerful Focus RS Mark II in the world. So
that's this like. I love the fact there's people out there like you that's got the balls to take a Focus RS and just totally do something different.
I don't like to have the same as what anybody else has. I mean, don't get me wrong, the causes are quite standardish looking, you know, so you park them up and you'd get lost, but I wanted to build something that was a proper...
It stands out.
Yeah, if you're putting a car...
Head turner.
Yeah, if you want to put a car on the front cover of a Fast Forward magazine, it has to be...
Exactly.
Wow,
Right.
and I didn't want to have any less than that.
I've just noticed the Sapphire bonnet fence.
Yeah, that's I bought a standard Focus bonnet and I took a grinder to it and cut the V out it, pressed it down, and I welded in a couple of plates here and at the sides, and then we've just filled it so it's actually so the heat can escape here, and then we get laser cut surrounds off a Sierra bonnet and then cut them and put them in it.
Put them in?
I designed this and got it made, so this is...
Did you cut the bonnet yourself?
Yeah.
Did you? Did you weld?
No, I can weld a wee bit, but my mate...
Stick metal together.
Yeah, I tacked it and then my mate did the rest kind of idea. But everything that was done with this, I mean, that whole bonnet there to get made was $3.5 grand.
Was it really?
Yeah. By the time everything was done with the bodywork and filler, and I mean, obviously shaping everything, there was $3.5 grand for that. The boot lid, which is obviously not standard as well, you've noticed that's flushed, I've kind of Americanised it. That was about $2.5 grand to fix that, to make that. Obviously that was totally flush because the V's would usually come for heat and down and round, and I just flushed it off. So it fits my Reggie plates. If the cops pull me, it's like, oh, it fits there. Yeah.
That's it, fellas. Cheers for watching. If you want to see more Grant's cars, he's also got a YouTube channel. I'll leave a link in the description below. And your Instagram, mate? You've got...
Yeah, I've got an Instagram, B11TSY, and YouTube's Butsy Customised.
I'll leave all the links below in the description. Thanks for watching, fellas, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah, cheers,
Spot on, mate. Spot on.